As the world hopes for an end to the war in Ukraine, the road to peace seems to keep creating newer barriers, not from the battlefield, but from Europe's own political corridors. Questions are being raised. Is Europe complicating Ukraine peace talks? Here's a report.
The Budapest summit, a new push for peace in Ukraine, has left Europe divided. Europe wants the current battle lines in Ukraine must be the starting point for any peace talks. Contradictions are at the heart of Europe. The European powers in a joint statement insist on an immediate ceasefire at present battle lines in Ukraine. But French President Emmanuel Macron asserts only Zelensky can negotiate Ukraine's future, a move that signals Europe's unwillingness to let Washington or Moscow dictate the terms.
There is then a territorial negotiation, and these can only be negotiated by President Zelensky on behalf of his country. No one else would be able to do so.
The choice of Budapest as a venue for Putin-Trump meeting is contentious within the European powers. Hungary Foreign Minister Peter Szijjártó has already voiced his apprehension that Europe is bent on derailing the Budapest summit.
The Europeans are not focused on, nor are they interested in, whether the Budapest Peace Summit will actually bring peace. The European politicians will do everything they can to prevent this summit from happening in the first place. Instead of being happy that another US-Russian summit will happen, instead of being happy that another big step can be taken towards peace, instead of everything, European politicians continue to support the continuation and prolongation of the war.
Poland threatens to arrest Putin if he flies over its airspace. However, Bulgaria signals willingness to allow transit for the Hungary summit.
The Poles are now themselves ready to carry out a terrorist act. I heard that Mr. Sikorski threatened that the security of President Putin's plane, should it head to Budapest for the proposed possible summit with Trump, would not be guaranteed in Polish airspace. In other words, Poland, via an official court, the court has officially issued a decision that justifies a terrorist act against Nord Stream. And now the foreign minister even says that if the Polish court demands it, they will obstruct the free movement of the Russian leader's aircraft. These are highly telling developments.
The European Council will convene on October 23. Discussion on financial assistance to Ukraine funded through Russia's frozen assets is on the agenda. This is a contentious issue with Russia, which has warned EU of using its frozen assets. This comes after EU failed to reach consensus on new Russia sanctions on Monday. UK Defence Secretary John Healey asserts European troops will be deployed to Ukraine in the coming weeks if Trump and Putin agree on a ceasefire, an idea which Russia has already opposed. Europe has contributed over $92 billion as economic, military and humanitarian support to Ukraine since the start of the war. Trump has blasted his European allies for failing to increase NATO military spending over the years. Is Europe protecting Ukraine's sovereignty or prolonging the war for leverage? As the world waits for peace, it's the politics, not the weapons, that seem to be doing most of the fighting. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.